If your plant suddenly dries up or begins to wilt without warning, what is the underlying cause, and what remedial measures should you take? In this video, I will provide you with comprehensive information regarding this issue. The problem of plants suddenly drying up or wilting is frequently observed in flowering plants, that is, plants that produce blooms. When it comes to vegetable plants, this issue is particularly prevalent in vining vegetables, as well as in members of the nightshade family. The nightshade family includes plants such as tomatoes, eggplants, brinjals, and chili peppers. This wilting problem is extremely common among these varieties as well. As you can see, this is my cucumber vine. It was exhibiting excellent growth. I had even performed 2G and 3G pruning techniques on it, resulting in a lush, multi-branch structure. The plant had even reached its flowering stage, and male flowers had already begun to appear. However, quite suddenly, as you can clearly observe, the plant has completely wilted and has started to dry up entirely. In addition to vining vegetables, let me show you another instance of this phenomenon. As I mentioned earlier, this problem is also very common among members of the nightshade family, specifically, plants like the eggplant. You can see here that this eggplant plant was growing beautifully in my garden. It is currently in full bloom, laden with numerous flowers. Yet, quite abruptly, as you can see, the plant has completely wilted and dried out. In scientific or horticultural terminology, this sudden drying or wilting of plants is referred to as wilting. This issue, known as wilting, can be soil-borne, caused by diseases present in the soil, airborne, caused by pathogens spreading through the air, or triggered by environmental factors. Specifically, if a plant experiences stress due to changes in weather conditions or other environmental shifts, the problem of wilting can manifest. While there are actually several different types of wilting, I will reserve that discussion for another video at a later time. For now, in this video, we discuss the steps you should take if a plant suddenly dries up or begins to wilt. If one of your plants starts to wilt or dry out, the very first thing you must do is inspect its roots. This is because these issues are most frequently caused by soil-borne diseases, which adversely affect the roots. The negative impact then gradually spreads upward to the rest of the plant. Soil-related issues can lead to various root diseases. For instance, overwatering. If you provide excessive water, causing the soil to become waterlogged and muddy, it damages the roots, causing them to slowly rot away. Additionally, if the soil harbors any type of fungal infection, meaning fungus has spread throughout the soil, it also negatively impacts the roots. The roots gradually decay due to the fungal activity, and the effects become visible in the upper parts of the plant, causing it to start wilting. Another potential issue is the presence of nematodes in the soil. Nematodes are microscopic organisms that cause small nodules or galls to form on the roots. These galls hinder the root's ability to properly absorb and transport essential nutrients and moisture up to the rest of the plant, leading the plant to gradually dry up or wilt due to nutrient deficiency. Finally, another very common and particularly dangerous issue is bacterial wilt. Bacterial wilt is extremely hazardous because once the specific bacteria responsible for this wilting enters your soil, and if it is not properly controlled, it can cause every plant in your garden to gradually dry up, wilt, and perish, as this disease spreads with alarming speed. The most common method for diagnosing these diseases is to carefully unearth the roots of the plants that have wilted or dried up and examine them. Inspecting the roots in this manner can provide significant insight into the problem. You can identify and control plant diseases. For instance, regarding this cucumber vine of mine that has withered, upon unearthing its roots, the cause becomes evident, as you can likely see as well. While the plant itself shows no visible signs of disease, the roots, as you can observe, have completely rotted away. This is likely due to either overwatering, specifically, water remaining stagnant in the soil for prolonged periods, or a fungal infection. Since it has been raining continuously for the past 3 or 4 days, the soil has been unable to dry out. Consequently, the roots have either rotted due to excessive moisture or succumbed to a fungal issue. Overwatering and fungal problems are very common causes for plants to wither or wilt in this manner. To protect your plants from both of these issues, you should take the following preventive measures. First and foremost, maintain cleanliness in the area surrounding your plants. Remove any fallen leaves, weeds, or debris so that sunlight and airflow can reach the soil, allowing it to dry out more quickly rather than remaining in a perpetually muddy, waterlogged state. Furthermore, ensure that the drainage holes in your pots are kept completely clear. This ensures that if you accidentally overwater or if it rains, the excess water can easily drain out of the container. Additionally, to protect against fungal infections, make it a practice to mix a fungicide into the soil periodically, every 10 to 15 days, to safeguard your plants. To prevent damage caused by fungal issues, and to highlight another benefit of using trichoderma in the soil, consider this. When you apply trichoderma around the roots of a plant, it not only eliminates any other harmful fungi present but also creates a protective layer around the roots. This effectively shields the roots from all sides, safeguarding them against attacks from various diseases. In this way, you can protect your plants from issues related to fungal infections or overwatering. Furthermore, if a different type of disease has affected the roots, let me demonstrate how to identify and control it by unearthing the roots of this eggplant plant. As you can see, the roots of this eggplant plant appear completely healthy. They show no signs of being wet, rotten, or decayed in any way. Additionally, you do not see any nodules or knots on the roots. If knots were visible, resembling small potatoes, it would indicate a nematode infestation. However, since that issue is absent and the roots appear entirely healthy, there is a very high probability that the plant is suffering from bacterial wilt. If this bacterial wilt is not controlled immediately, it will gradually spread to nearby plants, causing them to wither and perish in the same manner. While there are no specific organic or chemical treatments available to cure bacterial wilt, you can control it, or rather, prevent its spread, using 3 or 4 different methods. To implement this control strategy, once you have verified that the plant's roots are completely healthy despite the plant suddenly drying up or wilting, your first step is to thoroughly dry out the soil in which the plant was growing, whether in a pot or an agro bag, by exposing it to full sunlight for 1 week. This means removing the soil and subjecting it to a thorough solarization process under intense heat. You must dry the soil thoroughly in the sun, turning it over periodically, so that any bacteria present, which are the root cause of the wilting problem, are eliminated by the intense heat. However, if you have planted your crops in raised beds or directly in the ground, drying the soil in this manner is not feasible. In such cases, you should apply trichoderma powder to the specific spot where you uproot an infected plant. Additionally, apply the powder around the roots of all surrounding plants to create a protective layer. This prevents the bacterial wilt from spreading further. You should also mix neem cake into the soil from time to time. Alternatively, you can prepare a liquid solution of neem cake and use it to water the roots. If the problem has become widespread, you can use hydrogen peroxide. Mix 2 milliliters of it per liter of water and use this solution to water your plants. This method is highly effective in controlling wilting issues as well as problems caused by nematodes. Bacterial wilt, along with issues related to nematodes or fungi, tends to spread very rapidly when the soil remains constantly wet. This problem is particularly prevalent during periods of continuous rainfall or during the monsoon season. If you uproot a plant infected with bacterial wilt, you must not keep it within your garden area or discard it in your compost bin. Instead, you should carry it far away from your garden or farm and dispose of it there to ensure the disease does not spread to other plants. These were the primary reasons why plants wither, droop, or suffer from wilting issues. However, wilting can occur due to a multitude of factors and manifests in various forms, a subject that constitutes a very extensive topic. Since this video has already become quite lengthy, if you would like more detailed information regarding plant wilting, please let me know in the comments section below. I will then endeavor to create a part 2 on this topic in the future. If you enjoyed today's video and found this information, if you found this useful, then please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Finally, thanks for watching.